Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Forex Extraordinaire, and welcome to the Humankind Closed Beta. Now, I know there is a lot of speculation going around the closed beta, but as far as I know, you are only able to access it if you have the pre-order or if you've filled out a survey from, I believe, Game Informer or PC Gamer. Yeah, PC Gamer, and then you can get the key. They're giving out a few keys as this video is going live, so make sure to grab them. There's about 5,000, but let's just go ahead and start exploring with the scout. So excited. Looks like we have a coastal start. The starts are static as far as I know, but I love to try new things, so let's just see what we can do here. All right, let's grab this first. And basically, I just thought I'd explain the game. I've done this demo like I think 3 different times, not this demo specifically, but the Lucy Open Dev and the Victor Open Dev. Yes, the Victor Open Dev. So I've had a bit of experience with this, but there are still a few new things. The game is always evolving and changing, so let's just see what we can do here. We're trying to grow our pops. We just got a little bit of food there, 10, and it's basically you're getting 20 food per pop. So we want to get at least 5 scouts, and then we can deposit our scouts down back into our cities once we start building an outpost, and that's going to really help us explore the game and kind of mess around with its features, because more pops, as Humankind is a bit of a pop intensive game, the more production potential and the more just different possibilities you can have with your cities and capitals. So looks like we've grown our first tribe. Let's just go ahead and separate this guy so we can cover more ground. He also starts with 3 movement off the bat. Since we just separated him, he gets a total of 4 movement points, so that's not too bad. But it looks like we have quite a lot of varied terrain. I want to see if we can play with the Phoenicians. Looks like we have a ton of coast, so we'll have to see if we can do that and just see how we go on from here. But we also have a little bit of a deer to deal with, so this is a bit of an endearing situation if you catch my drift. Anyhow, let's just fight this guy and see if we can run a manual battle, and then end deployment there, start on the high ground. Okay, we'll attack you here. Looks like there's nobody nearby. And this is going to be a bit of a close battle. It's going to be a bit defensive, I think. But we should still be able to pull this off. Yeah, it looks like he's still more injured than we are. So, yeah, we have like 7 people. So we should be able to kill this guy. Okay. And that should be one more round. Combat in this game early on isn't too... it's fairly intuitive, but it isn't too complicated. We're also going to get some food for that. Food and aesthetic points or culture points. And I think that is directly influence. So we want to generate that to build more tribes. No, we need food for tribes, but we need culture or influence stars to build outposts, and those get pretty expensive. The point stack, so it's really good that we're gathering science early on for some early tech rushes. And also, if we do play as the Phoenicians, as they are fairly wide, that science is going to help complement their money bonuses and their production bonuses later on. So let's move you over to the river. Once you move onto the river, it actually takes... Okay, that's not too good, but once you move onto the river, it takes a whole point of movement, and then after that, you kind of just sail down the river. So we have a ton of river spots here, and it looks like we could probably play as the Harappans too and kind of make use of this river. So we'll have to see where we go from here. I'm really liking the coastal start. It looks like an ideal map just to fool around. There's some mountains. There's kind of everything here. So looks like there's even some anomalies or whatever they're called. I think they're just natural features in Humankind, but yeah. There's a ton going on. It looks like we have an event too. So let's just read that. And we have Lost Souls 1. Your scout comes to you, breathless from exertion. Between gasps, he tells you that he spied another tribe not far ahead. He leads you on. Then after giving a stop signal, you drop to your bellies and crawl toward the brush. Ahead, a young woman no more than 13 summers, is leading a ceremony. Her audience, a dozen or so equally young or younger tribesmen. Many are crying, and when you see the bodies laid out, you understand what they are, why they are in mourning. In mourning. You know what you must do, and that is to kill them. No, I think we should probably just grab them. Yeah, we probably could get them to be sickly, but I mean, another tribe is another tribe, so I'm just going to take the gamble and send this guy over here. And yeah, look, we're already unlocking new opportunities. Though this part looks like it's a desert, so let me just reveal some resources here if I can. I think this is the HUD. There we go. So we have production here, not too much food, so we want to be very careful here. We also have an anomaly with the Terra Rosa and tons of just beautiful resources around here, which we can build our capital from. So we'll have to see how that works out. But again, not too disappointing. Pretty surprised and pleased by our current start condition, though the devs probably intended to do that. So I'll play with the yields turned off just for now. But again, not a bad start by any means, at least from my previous 2 experiences with the game. So let's move you here, collect some of these goodies. We're just going to explore our perimeter, and my idea is to kind of just get a sense of where we are and then choose the best start location from here. Then we can probably build a outpost, and then after that we can ascend. But I just want to prevent the AI from claiming too much of our territory. Last Open Dev, the Victor Open Dev, I had a ton of competitions with the AI just for general territory with border growth and whatnot. They were being very, very aggressive, and that was quite a rude awakening considering. Let's just ransack this for some food. That'll give us another pop. But just last episode, or the last episode, I guess, where my Victor opened up, I just had a ton of AI problems, and it was just getting kind of ridiculous. So we'll just have to see how they work out. But again, really varied terrain here. We have some more mountains, and yeah, very nice surprise so far. Looks like the devs took a lot of consideration into here. Though we did stumble upon a river, unfortunately. Looks like it's the mouth of the river, so yeah, we have a ton of rivers here. I might consider taking the Harappans, actually. Just because they can create their own rivers and kind of create these weird offshoots. So the Kume could also be a good idea as well. A lot of options here. So can you ransack this? Okay, you can do that on 1 turn. And let me move you up here, grab that juicy, juicy science and influence. And I'll continue moving you over here. Okay, there we go. There's also, is that a bear? Okay, that bear could be pretty bad. Hopefully he doesn't come for us. That would be a very awful experience. Okay, I'll stop making puns, but that would be pretty bad, though we do have some amazing mountains here. The Zhou could be a really good opportunity to kind of capitalize on science and influence, because if you guys don't know, their Confucian school, if it's still called that, grants some influence and science depending on the mountain. So I think it's +1 science per mountain. So yeah, that could be really, really good. Ooh, we might have to go with the Zhou, though I want to see what some of the Northern Territory holds. Because yeah, we'd have to probably just be very careful and settle south and sacrifice some of our northern spots. And that could be bad because it looks pretty good here with all of the rivers and whatnot. So, okay, and we've unlocked an Aerostar, which means we can ascend immediately. So, I think that means I do want to build an outpost. So if I could build an outpost... Ooh la la, If I could build an outpost, I think I'd probably build one here. It kind of covers all my bases. It has the coast, it has the mountains, and I think it has some rivers nearby too. That's not exactly in my territory, but it is pretty diverse. I could also claim this here, so I have 30 influence, so I could probably claim 2 of these spots. So let me break you up first. I want to send you over here to this spot, and then I want to send you over here. Okay, got some science and influence. Ooh, and there's a woolly mammoth. That is a big guy. Okay. Do we fight him for the memes? We could fight him and kill him. Okay, I think we'll do it for the memes. 1 screenshot later, and I think we're about to go ahead and kill this guy if we can next turn. Though he does have the high ground, so this is going to be a bit of a close battle, and I don't think we can actually incorporate this guy later until we have a few techs out, which is unfortunate. So let's just start the battle. It is going to be a bit bloody, though we want to make sure to get the high ground. Thankfully, the game automatically put us there, and let's end deployment and see what we can do. So now that we have our deployment out, let's just go ahead and try to get this guy on the high ground. And you can also get on the high ground behind the mammoth. Okay, you can't actually do that. So maybe we can get a flanking bonus over here. Try to lure him to attack this guy. And let's just see how this happens. Okay, you're going to go for him. That's the smart choice. Okay, but you actually didn't do too much damage. So I kind of feel bad killing this guy because he looks like a great dude. But I hate Ice Age, so let's just go ahead and gang up on this poor herbivore here. And, okay. Actually, it says they're hostile, so I don't know if they'd automatically attack us, but... Okay, you're fleeing. You're getting the high ground. He's apparently watched a few Star Wars movies. But he is fairly low, so I'm glad we actually took the chance to do this with our own AI, because it gave us much worse chances when I looked at the little calculator there. So, I hope we get some kind of flanking bonus. Looks like we discovered some geothermal fissures. So you're going to attack us there, and I think he'll kill you. Yep. And then we'll also get a ton of food. So, that is what's really good about killing people with the, wow. We got another whole pop. Looks like we got 25 food from that, which is really, really good. So you are tired out. We can probably put that guy towards, I'll clear this, but we can probably put that guy towards the city, so that's going to be really, really helpful. But I am going to move you over here, and I think this is a good spot to settle a city. Yeah, it's nice and situated on the hills. It's kind of in the center of everything, and also it's kind of close by if we want to put down some Confucian schools. So that could also be a great idea. All right, I think we might go with the Zhou. I haven't done them actually, so we'll have to see how that goes, but not necessarily a bad idea. So let's clear this out, and let's move you to the east. There we go. Okay, I know about my era. Thank you very much, good sir. I'm going to split you out here. I'm going to send you over here. Okay, actually I need it in my turn. Let me go ahead and choose a culture now. I know the AI is very particular. It looks like we made it to all of the cultures here. So I think in the last Victor Open Dev I'll be referencing a bit, but I had a scenario where even on normal, the AI was getting to like 2 cultures. So I could only select from 8, but I mean, yeah, at least we have a few chances now to kind of pick and choose where we want to go. So it's very disappointing when one of the cultures is nabbed from you by the AI. So we can see the Harappans here. I don't know if there's been many changes to their canal network. Okay, it's still kind of weak. Okay, Mycenaeans, the Hittites were always very powerful whenever I played them. The Olmecs, we played them on the first Open Dev, the Lucy Open Dev, and they get some insane science or influence in food from the Olmec heads, just amazing rivers. Though I don't want to play them and kind of restart things again. We also have the Phoenicians, which have their haven. They get tons of money from adjacent coastal tiles, so that could also be really good for some early income. Though I do want to try out the Zhou, I think, and get some science. +5 science per adjacent mountain is really, really powerful, as well as the stability on district. That'll allow us to grow really, really fast, and I think that'll just be my choice for now, and then we can see where we go from here. All right, and we also have a pretty snazzy outfit here. Loving the Han Chinese. I had another Asiatic one. I think the Korean one, and that was probably my least favorite. It was just super goaty. But they're very humble here with this, I think it's a general outfit, and loving the overall aesthetic tones. But enough fashion. Let's just go ahead and confirm our culture.
The challenges of a young civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you don't. Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Tribes settle towns. Towns develop markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services, and most important, rumors and hearsay.
All right, so we've upgraded to the Han Chinese. We even have our own little buns and a nice little snazzy outfit here. So let's go ahead and claim our outpost here. We haven't even built an outpost and we've already ascended. Just tells you how far behind we are. But we are building the city of Al-Khor, and that doesn't sound very Chinese to me. It looks like we're being named after the province itself and not the first Chinese capital or city. So very interesting there, kind of a la Endless Legend, so kind of to the tune of that. Interesting. We have a ton of wide spaces to work with as well. Very, very interesting. So I think we'll go ahead and ransack this for the gold. Let's separate you guys. I want to send you back to the city to help speed up some growth, though I could probably sacrifice this guy. I think I want to keep sending him south since he's already there, and I'll just send you and separate you if I can. There we go. Let's send you over here, and then we're just exploring everything, man. We should have the rest of the map revealed by then. We have like 5 scouts, which is pretty insane. Thankfully, Humankind lets you grant... Sorry, it doesn't let you grant anything. It just gives you a ton of site options early on just to kind of know what you're dealing with. And that makes future settlement planning and city planning so much easier. So we have an unexplored resource here, or to be specific, an unresearched resource there. So let's end our turn, and our outpost is being established fairly soon. And then after that, we can build a city. So it looks like you don't have anything to do. Let's move you down south. And we have another, I'm glad I chose the Zhou because we have a ton of mountains to work with. So let's send you here. And then we can start building our Confucian schools early on and just see how powerful those are. Because I've played with them before, I think in the Lucy Open Dev, and they were pretty ridiculous. So we have a fairly nice starting location here. I think I'll take one more turn and then I'll call it a day, just because I wanted to show each episode kind of with a different culture and ability. So this is going to be the Neolithic tribes and kind of exploring the nearby territory. Some of the combat with the mammoth was fairly exciting. And then next episode should be the Han Chinese or the Zhou Chinese. The Han, I think, come a bit later, and just seeing how they kind of exploit mountain tiles and use that to their advantage. So we have a lot of juicy spots for mountain tiles, and that should be really, really good. So let's just, how many turns is this going to take? This is going to take, looks like three more turns. That's going to be a bit. I think they used to auto-complete them, so that is a bit, just a little bit concerning. So let me actually build one more outpost while I'm here and I can think of it. And I want to claim some more of this mountain territory since it is oh so good. So we can immediately move the outpost later, but I think I just want to claim this while we can and just get to business. So let's claim that, and we probably have room for one more outpost, so let's just go ahead and get that and then call it a day, because I don't want to forget about it. I can be a bit forgetful at times, so just want to get on top of that. Though we have been a neighbor, and it looks like we've met one of the warlike neighbors. Who are these guys? I don't know. I think they are the Hittites. So we have a zone of control. I don't know if they'll fight us just yet, though we have found Vinikunka. So that is going to be interesting. However, you know what? I think I'll just call this a day. We'll keep you in suspense while we meet our dangerous neighbor there. I think this is the Vlad guy. He's very warlike. I think that's his symbol and iconography. So we'll just have to see how he works and possibly build an outpost to border him later. And see, I thought I recognized his borders, but he's a bit further away. So we'll just have to see how that works, and that'll be it for today's episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're off to a fairly good start, I think, with all the pops we have. But again, this should be it for now. And if you like the episode, leave a like, subscribe to help support the channel, and I'll see you guys later. All right, for Extraordinaire, love you guys. Peace.